Hi there. Hey, so this is me after doing the review and coming back and editing it. Uh, my microphone does some weird shit throughout this where it like pops and there's static randomly through it. Um, I don't know what's causing that, so I apologize in advance. At the end, there's just going to be a brief cutoff, and then I'm going to hop in again, say hello and goodbye, and plug all the things. So just if you're watching this, thanks for bearing with me. Just the review's good, the book's good. Just shut up and watch it. Hey guys, welcome back to another Grimm's Bookshelf. There's gonna be another bookshelf review of, and I mean, you can see it in the title, man. I mean, we're looking at the Sorrowstones, dude. The, so this cover, right? Okay, this cover. If you've not seen it, this cover's freaky. I don't know why it kind of freaks me out, but we'll get into it. We're gonna get into it. I wanted to do this. There's some other books I wanted to do first. However, this is the most recent book that I read, and um I want to do it. I just want to get while it's fresh in my brain. My first thoughts. I've not even sat on it for a week. I read this, and I'm now reading The Queen by Nick Cutter, and so we're gonna get into it. Um, Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to talk about this book. That's not gonna spoil the fuck out of it. Just its whole thing, but I'll do my best. I'll kind of tiptoe around it, but since it's a newer book, you guys need to go read this book. This book is so good. If you're a horror fan, this is perfect. So we're gonna read the blurb about it. A little blurb off the back. So here we go. They've traveled the dark of forever, and now they're yours. A collection of wicked idols has appeared in West Maple, falling into the hands of 11-year-old Cole Graves. They come bearing wondrous gifts, and Cole quickly falls under their spell. Soon, horror descends upon the quiet town. One by one, the statues unleash ancient curses that throw the boy's world into chaos. Shadows encroach upon his mind as the people he loves meet hideous ends, sorry. At first, a weird mystery, the arrival of the Sorrowstones sets off a nightmarish saga of death and madness in Cole's dark quest to get rid of them. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. Felix Blackwell, crazy good author, 100% recommend his books. I read Stolen Tongues, and I was like, man, I want to read more by him. And then this book came out. I said, damn, I need to put that name in because I just started getting into reading. I read Stolen Tongues, really liked it. And then I saw this come out. I was like on social media or something and saw this, and I was like, I don't remember seeing that from him, and it was new. I didn't even read the blurb on it. I really didn't. It was this fucking super creepy artwork for it. And it just sold me, and I am so glad it did. This book, in my opinion, like I'm basing my experiences on horror movies and maybe not literature. I have seen a lot of movies, and I've read some books now. I've read like 30 horror books here and there. This very original and moderately unpredictable. So in the blurb, it kind of gives away kind of what the premise is. There are these idols that come about that give really good gifts to our main character Cole, who starts the story as an 11-year-old boy, and it goes like spends like years of this kid's life, which I don't think is really a spoiler, but it's like years of his life. And I mean, like this is the part where it's like I can't really talk about it without spoiling it. So there's gonna be like slight spoiler. There's just more of like a little taste. The first one he gets is a turtle, and the turtle pin that. It is said that this kid Cole has a lot of like stomach issues and pains, and he's really sick. He's a very sickly kid. He gets this turtle, and it after he gets the turtle, like he no longer gets these things. He no longer gets sick. And he's like, oh, I feel better. But over time, one of his friends starts to develop these issues and this sickness. And it's like you get to see that. You get to see like it all go bad very quickly. Um if I know Felix Blackwell's a pretty private guy from my understanding. I did watch an interview with him and he said I think and the bit I got about it, he said he wrote this. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That he wrote this book in like the most, like one of the worst times of his life, and in like the nicest and best way possible. It really like shows. This book is so fucking depressing in a good way, and I can't like I can't stress that enough. That in a good way, it is like so depressing, and it's so I don't know. It's like no means to an end. It's very like, what do you do? Like even the best outcomes of these things are fucking bleak, and it's so good, so good. Um, Obviously, I wish bad things to never happen to people, and I'm so sad that bad things and horrible things were happening to Felix Blackwell as he wrote this book, and I'm very sorry for him, and I feel very bad. But the product of it was very good. Which is a really fucked up thing to say. I realize that now, but just bear with me. So I'm gonna get into the spoiler bits of this. So if you don't want spoiler bits, click off now. Go buy the book. Go. I think I bought it on Kindle Unlimited. I'm a Kindle reader. You hate crucify me if you want. I'm a Kindle reader. I like it. I don't have enough space in my house to have like all these books that I read. I don't want. I can't. I just don't have the space. It suit me. So spoiler section. The stones, okay, I think is such a cool concept, and how they're delivered and how it's portrayed, like the turtle, the crane. There's like a again, I'm gonna preference this real quick. I'm so all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm gonna preference this as you've not read the book, but you would hear spoilers anyway. And you're kind of like a synopsis type thing. So we talked about the turtle. He gets the turtle, and like uh, he cures his stomach issues, but like his friend, I think Noah, right? What's his friend's name in the book? And I'm so bad with names, by the way. I'm so bad. Just don't even look at me. And like his friend then gets the stomach issues and pretty much just rots away to madness and tries to like eat his own mother, and he rips her to shreds, and he dies on the front lawn. And I can't remember which one was next. If it was I think it was the monkey. Was it the monkey? I guess, which is I think what this is supposed to be. I think this is supposed to be the monkey from the title or the book art. I think it's supposed to be the monkey. And like calms his nerves. No more anxiety. Just doesn't care. Everything's sick. Everything's fun. Fine. Cool. But then his sister finds it and gets it. And I mean, just loses her mind almost like overnight. And is like saying, "Oh, they left us messages on our bones," and just like cutting herself open and like trying to get to the messages in her bones, and it's just like lost her fucking mind. Uh, and it was so terrible. He also, and I can't remember. It was the um my favorite one, the the elephant. The elephant one was my favorite, but we'll get to that. And he finds a snake, or he acquires one of a snake, a gold snake, one that gives him wealth. It's like an unfathomable, fathomable, yeah, whatever amount like of wealth, like so much money, or like his family gets that kind of money, and he like around him, like his dad gets like super big shot, big money, and he's just like finding $100 bills on the ground, and dad, is like buying him PlayStation 2 new at the time, and all types of shit. The, the neighbor girl that the main character has a crush on, like, and is like likes her through the whole thing. Her family was already rich, but then once he finds the stone, the dad loses his job, loses his business, and just fucking snaps. Kills his wife, kills his partners at his job, and burns the house down and blows his fucking brain out. And it's just, I mean, it is so much, just one after another, after another, after another. And to a point, it's just like, is there any good that will come out of this? Eventually, there is some good. And it's just like, oh, that's probably the best case that this was ever going to be. And it's still bleak. It's fine. It's great, I guess. That's not saying this book was good. Well, it wasn't good. This book was fucking fantastic. It was phenomenal, and I would recommend it to any horror fan ever to read this book. It is just so oppressive. It's so real. Like, there is that bit when he has collected these stones, but these stones inadvertently affected his friend. Like, it wasn't like a direct thing, like, oh, the snake gave him wealth, took wealth from this person. It was like all of these things happened to him that just happened to surround his friend. And these kids were bullied horrendously through this book by these kids, by these other like older kids. And they go to an arcade and they're all like, oh, let's go have fun. They finally have like dates, kind of. And they're like, oh, let's go. Or one of the kids has like a date. And the other kid is like the three friends, Cole, the main character, and the two friends. One of them has like the date and it's fine. The other one's kind of a little screwy. They get to the arcade and these kids find him. You don't really know what happens, but all of a sudden there's just like gunshots, and the third friend fucking just like totally iced out the bullies, and then realized he had killed his friend's girl accidentally, and he's like, oh my god, and he's like, fuck it, just god damn, just like everybody, like nobody has a good time in this whole thing. No, not one person has a good time. It's terrible. It's bad, dude. On a In a very real note to the author of this book, I heard him in this interview and he said it was one of the worst times of his life. And he had mentioned something in the interview about his dad being really ill. And the character's dad in this also becomes very ill from one of the stones and kind of loses his mind eventually. And the character's dad ends up killing himself and hanging himself outside. And it's fucking horrible. And I am so, as a person who also has a deceased parent. I don't know if Felix is completely transparent. I don't know if he has passed or if he was just sick or is still sick and he's kind of struggling with it. Um, it's horrible, and I feel for him. And this seems like a very cathartic way to do it. Um, and I know that probably sounds a little weird, and maybe not like it isn't my place. I'm just some fucking nerd giving a review on a book. But it got me thinking too after hearing that. It's like it really shows like those kind of outside influences, and I hope everything works out and everything is okay now. And I hope that cathartic experience is good for you. And you definitely made some really good art. And he had talked about in the past um, that he was pretty much like before this book, he was like, I don't think I'm gonna write any more books. And I'm so glad he did. And if by some weird margin that he watches this, I appreciate you for what you've made and everything that you've done and all the work. It's very good. And it's as depressing as this fucking thing is, it has your works have brought me a lot of joy in reading, as books do. So thank you, Felix Blackwell, for your work. And thank you for everything you've done. And anybody who is watching this, thank you for watching. This is pretty much it. I really don't have much more to say except for buy the fucking book, read the book. It's insane. Front to back, just all gas, no breaks, actual page turner. I think I cooked through the book in like 3 or 4 days, and it's almost 350 pages or something like that. No time. Took no time at all. Just cooked through it. And I mean, I work a full time job outside of here and don't really have the time to read. So, thank you guys for watching. And that was a review. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to like, comment, subscribe, I'd super appreciate it. You can also follow me on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. All that stuff will be in my like YouTube description and whatnot. Thank you guys for watching and sticking through. I'm sorry. I would want to do it again, but you wouldn't get my like knee-jerk and honest reaction and review from it, I don't think. Otherwise, I would do it again once I figure out this audio issue. But I probably won't upload again until I figure that out. So, like I said, thank you guys for watching and sticking in there with me. You guys have a good one. Peace.